Hello, my name is Marli and I will be doing my speech on music supervising. Okay, so it is glaringly obvious that the music industry is currently going through a massive paradigm shift where some of the areas within the vast industry are in a stage of being rewritten because of the introduction of the digital realm. However, one particular career path that is becoming increasingly more significant as the importance of this position grows is the role of the music supervisor. The position of the music supervisor developed when an emerging need for someone with comprehensive music expertise and a highly developed grasp of music licensing was needed to select and gain licensing for pre-recorded songs so that the directors of films no longer had to wait for new instrumental music to be commissioned. Usually, a supervisor acts as a liaison between the creative and the business roles for a number of platforms of visual media, including video gaming, advertisements, television shows, movie trailers, not just films. So throughout my 21 years, I have been performing since I was about 7 years old. I did music, drama, art, and dance all throughout my high school and career. And my passion for music led me on to pursuing a bachelor in that realm. I was brought up in an environment where my dad encouraged me to listen to a massive range of music from all decades, which has assisted me incredibly in having an extensive knowledge and an open mind when it comes to the world of music. Studying a Bachelor of Creative Industries has put a lot of things into perspective in regards to my future career, and through exploring alternative career paths, I have discovered the role of the music supervisor, which combines my major of film and a minor, my major in music and my minor in film together, which is another one of my passions as well. So, according to the official Guild of Music Supervisors website, a music supervisor's job has layers of not just picking and choosing different songs for different scenes, but they also have to have legal and budgeting knowledge as well. They first locate and secure and oversee related talent, liaising between the director of the project and the rights holders, securing the legal rights of the recorded music involved. They also have to advise, generate, and work within the financial restrictions of the project and ensure they deliver the musical elements on time, along with the appropriate credit listing information. In this YouTube clip, which I am just going to play a small section of the music supervisor, Julia Michaels. So she's responsible for the Blind Side, Pitch Perfect franchise, Devil Wears Prada, Marli and Me. Talks spotting sessions, cue sheets, song licensing, master and sync requests, music budgets, scoring sessions, and soundtracks, and about what she does day to day. So once she's offered a job, she requests a script to do a breakdown, searching for songs or any on cameras, where she then meets with the director to discuss, and sometimes having with ideas on CDs for songs and stuff in the movie. Then shooting begins, where she is only on set if there is any lip syncing to be done. And once the shooting and the director's cut is complete, she then sits with the director to temp the music before it goes to the studio.
Temping the movie, and we call it temping because not all that music stays, to show to the studio. And, there's probably a lot of expensive music that gets put in at that time that we're not going to afford, but we want to put the best foot forward. We want the director to have the best chance to show the studio. And then once they show the studio and we have a preview, that's when the studio gets involved, and the studio has notes, mostly a story notes, a couple song notes. And then we kind of work, depending if there's a soundtrack or not. Sometimes a soundtrack will be involved at that point, and I will be trying to get as much music as I can from the soundtrack label. And if there's not a soundtrack, we're still kind of switching. It's like a puzzle, moving things around, trying to forward things. I'm also clearing songs at that point, putting the paperwork through to license the songs to see what we can afford. Sometimes songs are denied.
After that point, she then goes on to talk about working with composers as well and ensuring that the feel of the score is exactly what the director wants and where they want it. And then her job is done. They go to the final edit and it goes to the cinemas. Alright, so this seems to be one role exempt from being affected negatively from the current paradigm shift looming over the bulk of the music industry. According to Music Australia, there are many opportunities for newcomers, as the few working Australian music supervisors are significantly overworked, so more and more opportunities are constantly arising. This could be due to the fact that the demand for online film entertainment has grown, as in 2014, over 50% of internet users in Australia were watching professionally produced film and television on a day-to-day basis. And with the introduction of Netflix now reaching over 1.89 million people in 2015, this percentage would have already increased. With the proliferation of the film, television, and advertising industry, including 55 original Netflix contents coming out this year alone, there is an increase in the need for production companies needing to license music. Thus, the job of the music supervisor is one area of the music industry that has almost unlimited growth potential because of these mixing of platforms with film and music. So, a career path in music supervising, like most positions, is not a clear stock standard path. Beginning with obtaining a bachelor's degree to ensure competency in both music and business aspects of this profession, and then gaining experience in any way you can counts significantly. This includes a number of internships to establish contacts and hands on knowledge, which in turn will begin to build a portfolio of experience. In this clip, Australian music supervisor Anton Monstead, the man responsible for the music choices in The Great Gatsby, which is amazing, Moulin Rouge, Australia, also Wild as well, talks about how his highly successful career began.
Well, I started as an assistant making cups of tea, painting offices, ripping up carpet, very menial.
Literally, from the bottom up.
Literally. I started as a handyman to come in and help renovate their office space. And
this is where in Australia?
In Australia.
Right.
That would have been in 1994 when I was still a student.
You're from Australia?
I'm from Australia.
Right.
And I just tried to make myself useful to Baz and his team any way I could. So I was driving things around town for them. I was helping on research for the Romeo and Juliet script that they were writing at the time, because I have a background in English literature, so I was able to go to
educated fellow.
Yeah, I was able to go to the library and find things for them. This is all pre-internet, so I suppose to get from that point to today, I was very lucky to work with Baz, who is a person who I think is a great mentor and a great nurturer, in the sense that he always opened the door and opportunities for me to take incremental steps.
So how did you find that?
So, with this knowledge in mind, my first step after I graduate at the end of this year would be to find internships anywhere I can within the film, TV, or music production industry. Researching internships along these lines, there are only a very small handful of TV or film companies within Queensland, such as Pixel Frame or Village Roadshow Studios on the Gold Coast. And it became apparent that to have a better chance at gaining experience for a future career, it would probably be more beneficial for me to move to Sydney or Melbourne, as the bulk of Australia's entertainment companies are based there so I'll be doing that in the year after I graduate. Then hopefully I start building a career, and if I get offered a job, then I'd stay there. But if not, then I would most likely make the move to Los Angeles or Hollywood, where there is an illustrious amount of music supervising jobs that are constantly and readily available. Even internships, anything I'd go over there for. And just a simple search on Indeed brought about 72 results just going right now for music supervising. So that is pretty much it. That's my career path as well. So yeah, thank you for listening, and